Hi, this is today's update, short and sweet today. The market's finished in the green yesterday. The futures are green again today, so the market is showing quite a bit of resilience to everything that's going on. Interestingly, the cases in Italy are now in their next consecutive days. We've had consecutive green days and then consecutive days of Italy's new cases going down. And I think I said in my very first post on this topic that was the kind of canary in the coal mine, or whatever the positive opposite of a canary in a coal mine is, that how Italy pans out will be a big message to the rest of the world. What's really interesting now, if you study the concept of flattening the curve, the idea of flattening the curve is that the same number of people get the virus. It's just it doesn't all happen in one spike and completely overwhelm hospitals, which is where you get a lot more deaths. So we now need to transition to a point in Italy where more people get the virus, but over a more controlled way. And so really the only way I can see them doing that is to start to let people back to work at some point. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the next week or the next couple of weeks they start to open up little bits of the economy to try and get people back to work, and actually almost deliberately increase the spread of the virus, because they do have to get this through. It has to go through the system. It has to be dealt with. So it sounds a little bit harsh, but that's the whole point of flattening the curve. It's so that you don't have this big spike in cases. And so obviously if we see that in Italy, then Spain would follow shortly afterwards, and you would see other countries also adopting that pattern. And I think that would be very positive, because you'd effectively see sections of the economy being switched back on. But for now, everything is still up in the air. Nothing is working. It's a very difficult situation for everybody. But markets are certainly pricing in some form of optimism. Now, I was over at Julius Baer, which I can see that building right next to me here. I was over there this morning with my investment advisor and private banker, and just discussing things generally. The consensus across pretty much every bank is that there will be a further dip in markets, probably news driven around stuff coming out, but that once it's got that out of its system, that we will see a fairly sustained recovery in markets. But remember, markets are not the economy. The key thing here is getting the economy working again, getting people back to work. So let's focus on that. If you have a small business, I suggest you watch some of my webinars that I've done. So I've published a couple of webinars. You can find links to them here on Instagram or on YouTube, where you can get sort of advice and tips and ideas that we've been sharing with small business owners to try and help them through the crisis. So good luck out there, stay safe, and when I have some more news, I will gladly share it. Thank you.